Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Ask Coach Ruth. If this is your first time watching me, a special welcome to you. Ask Coach Ruth is the platform where I answer questions on love, dating, relationships, and marriage. So if you have questions for me, just beneath this video, there's an anonymous link there. Drop your question and I get to answer it on one of the episodes. So we have a question today, and I'm going to read it and then answer the question. This question says, Hello, Coach Ruth. Thank you for modeling Christ. I am dating a kind, mature, and patient man in his early 30s who has been sexually active before. While we both decided to abstain, he struggles with this commitment, and we've crossed certain boundaries. He has also been exposed to situations I wouldn't imagine before marriage. I would like to know if it's best to go for counseling together or end the relationship. We both love each other, and he's met important people in my life. Okay, so first of all, if you are in a relationship, I always recommend counseling. I always recommend counseling, even if it's in the dating process. I have a relationship clarity session for single people. I have dating couple session for single people, and the reason is because knowledge is important. Knowledge drives away fear. Knowledge drives away ignorance. Sometimes you just need to get the right knowledge for the two of you to know if you are in the right path for your relationship. So I definitely would recommend counseling either for you alone or for the two of you as a couple. You can take counseling. If you go on the website, you would see the link to book sessions with me or find a counselor that you trust. Just get some counseling so that these things can really be explained to you. You can get the help that you need. You can get guidance on the right path. Now, the question is that he's been sexually active before and he struggles with the commitment that you both made to abstain. So, first of all, this is what I say. So, when people say they made a commitment to abstain from sex, that's not really the thing, because you can't really stop doing something by your own how do I explain it? By your own power, just by saying, "No, I'm just not going to have sex." No, it doesn't work like that. It has to do with your understanding, first of all, of why you need to abstain from sex. So, is he abstaining? Is he agreeing to abstain rather because you believe that you should not have sex, or do you have a deeper understanding of why do you want to abstain from sex before marriage? So the reason why we should abstain from sex before marriage is, first of all, because we love God and we want to obey him. That should be the foundation for it. It's not because so everybody says you should abstain and you just want to abstain. That way you're not going to be able to keep up. Your conviction should come from the place of your love for God. So, if that is why you both decided to abstain, then it means that you have to put measures in place to help you keep to that conviction. You have to put measures in place, spiritual measures and physical measures. I always say the best way to flee from sin to is to deny is to ensure that our spirit man is stronger than our flesh. And how do we develop our spirit man? We develop our spirit man by staying in contact, building our relationship with God, praying, studying the word, fellowshipping with believers, anything that feeds our spirit, listening to gospel music. So when we feed our spirit so much, our flesh does not have power over us. When we're born of the spirit, when we're led by the spirit, our flesh doesn't really have power over us. So the first thing you want to do is first identify where this conviction is coming from. It's not just to say, "Oh, we want to abstain from sex." You won't be able to do that. Do you think that he has the conviction? Do you think that he believes that this is even an act of obedience to God, first of all? Not because he wants to agree with you, not because everybody says you should not do it. No, it has to come from a deeper place of, "I want to obey God." Now, if it comes from that place, it is easier to keep to that commitment because you see it as you are doing it in reference to God, not to please your partner. And that is the only way that we can really keep to those commitments. Now, the second thing you said here, you said he has been exposed to situations. I'm not sure what that means, which is why I would recommend that you get counseling. We both love each other, and he's met important people in my life well. It doesn't matter what stage of relationship you are in. I always say that marriage is the only thing that's final. Dating is not final. Even if it gets to the wedding day and you think this is a wrong decision you are making, it's never too late to turn back and start afresh. So I would recommend you to go for counseling because there's some details that I would like to know. If I am sitting with you in counseling, there's certain things I would like to know. There are questions that I would like to answer, that I would like to ask before, so that I can give a holistic counsel for you on the right path. But talking about abstaining from sex, like I said, your spiritual conviction is one of the things that would help you to keep that. The second thing is to set appropriate boundaries. Things like be let's be realistic. When a man and a woman are in a room together and there's nobody there, it is easy to fall into the temptation of sex. That is why the Bible says we should flee youthful lust. But the Bible did not say we should sit down there and pray. It says we should flee. We should flee. Take caution, run away. So it means that you have to put boundaries in place. So limit how much time the two of you spend together. Do not stay in close spaces together. If you're really sure that your conviction is to obey God, which for me is the basis of this thing, do not stay in spaces where it's just the two of you and there's nobody there, and you are there for long periods of time, and you say you're not going to have sex. It's not possible. Your body is not wood. You would want to have sex. You would want to touch each other because you have natural attraction for each other. So you have to put strict measures in place. If you want to meet up in restaurants, meet up in places where other people can easily come in. I remember when I was dating my husband, most of the time we used to meet at, his place, and there were other people there. So even though we were in the living room, while we're in the living room, we know, okay, there are people in the room who might come out. So that helped us to keep to our commitment. So you don't just say, oh, we just don't want to have sex, but are you doing anything to ensure that you are keeping to that commitment? The second thing is that, do you both have the same conviction? Because if it's just one person who feels strongly about it, it may not work. So you want to talk about it. You want to ask him, first of all, why don't you want to have sex before marriage? I remember I was in a session with one of my clients, and she said, oh, they both agreed they won't have sex, even though he was not really into it, but he eventually agreed. I knew that that's not the basis for how this should go. It shouldn't be that he eventually agreed. It should be that he also believes strongly in that because he wants to obey God. So I said, okay, ask him, why doesn't he want to have sex before marriage? And then she eventually asked him, and he was like, because you don't want to. And I said that there's no way that's going to work, because it means that the two of you do not align in your beliefs. Even though he's doing it to please you, it's not going to work, because alignment of beliefs is so important. It means that we believe in the same thing. If we believe in the same thing, we're able to hold hands, we're able to encourage each other to stand on our beliefs. So you want to be sure that he actually believes in it and is not just abstaining for you. Now, if you're sure about that, then you have to put strict measures in place, which number one would be, do not stay in closed spaces together for long periods of time. Places where nobody can see you, nobody can come to check on you. And, you're together, maybe you're on the bed, and if you do that, you are not going to be able to keep yourself, because we are human beings, and God put these sexual desires in us. He put them for us for marriage. So you have to put those measures in place. But finally, I would advise that you get counsel, so that you are sure that you are making the right decision before marriage. Yeah. So, guys, here is where we end today. This is our question for today. Let me know what you think. If you have a comment, drop a comment. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. And I will see you on the next episode. Bye.